All right, Jack Burford, the Burf. Come on, man. Just I'll let you talk. I can't say anymore. I'm too demoralised.
Yeah, I think you're fed up like all of us. You got the optimistic one on, but to be honest, even I don't think I can squeeze much out of that.
Yeah, okay. What's optimistic? Come on, is there anything optimistic for the next for the
All right,
rest of the season here?
some optimism. All I would say is, at the start of the season, if someone said to you at this stage would be in a cup final, which we haven't won since 2008, and would still be in with a chance of top four. That's the only optimism I can grasp from that. That is the only thing I can see. But then, if you're looking at face value and where you are right now, there should be no excuses. We're 2-0 up against Dynamo Zagreb. They have to win 3-0 against a Spurs side who are supposed to be, who were in a Champions League final, let's not forget, less than 2 years ago. And then Dynamo Zagreb, they're probably celebrating that they've got a tie with us. And
yeah, that's right.
And they just put us to shame. And the thing about today is, the worst bit for me is Mourinho. I still believe before tonight, and I probably still am, to be fair, I was massively Mourinho in. I think he's the man to bring us that title. He's the man to still drag us over the line. But then tonight, you see him going into the Zagreb dressing room. I'm all for respect. I'm all for congratulating the opponent. But there's no Spurs players today coming out in an interview and saying, you don't deserve this. Even Bukayo Saka at Arsenal, straight after, when they had a bad run of games, he came out and said, look, you don't deserve this. I want to see Spurs players saying, you don't deserve this, and we'll do everything we can to fix it. But I don't see it. There's no passion. I'm looking, there's 5 minutes left of the game, and I'm thinking, and Eric Dyer's just done a back heel out for a corner. I don't know. Apparently, my uncle said to me he went crazy afterwards. But I don't see anyone saying, where's the energy? What are we? Let's go and get this goal. There was nothing for me tonight. There was nothing. And I can't believe that we're sitting in this situation after being 2-0 up at home. We needed 1 goal tonight, and then they had to score 4 goals. We've let Orsic, who, don't get me wrong, look like a great player tonight, but he's ran through Sissoko about 3 times easily, and it's just embarrassing, really. I don't know if I can watch another game with Sissoko and Winks in the midfield. It's honestly, but the difference between us and Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool, Man United is they invest in the areas they need all the time. You see Chelsea in the summer spending 250 million, I think it was, and just freshening up the squad. They address the problems that they need to address. And Spurs don't do that. When we got rid of Vertonghen, who was one of our most loyal servants, who did we go and replace him with? Joe Rodon in the January transfer window from Swansea. But it honestly, it frustrates me so much as a Spurs fan. And I'm only 16, nearly 17, and you've sat through this your whole life, and you can tell me that we don't do it.
Yeah, mate, now you know, like, I've gone through 35 years of this now. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've got the scars. You're now going through those early stages of scarring. I think, that's why you still got some optimism left, I think. But I mean, yeah, but so let's look at this. At the beginning of this season, people were saying it was a 9 out of 10 transfer window, the best transfer window in the league, the best we've ever had, right? So if it's a 9 out of 10 transfer window, then why are we still bombing then?
The truth is, I was one of those people. Like, I wanted to go and celebrate with all the lads when we were signing about. He's paper in the cracks. The real problem was the defence. We knew that at the start of the season.
Well, why didn't he get a defender in then?
Because it's Daniel Levy. He's the tightest chairman in the league. He thinks, I'm going to buy a £1 billion stadium that the fans are going to love, and that's just going to be, that'll be absolutely fine. You see with Arsenal, when they moved into the Emirates, they had a couple of years where they were going off, but realistically, let's be honest, we'd all happy be at the lane here.
With more money, yeah.
Pochettino era, we were seeing us unbeaten at home like we were in that last season. But now we're in a £1 billion stadium that we can't even go to.
Yeah.
We
can't blame Levy for that one.
with all the new fancy beer that I can't even drink.
and he didn't even put the cheese room in either.
Not believe it. Horrendous.
I believe that. But no, but why? Okay, but why didn't Mourinho say, I definitely, first priority is a central defender then?
To be honest, I would be very surprised if he didn't say that.
We don't know. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he did actually think the problems were the areas that he, because he actually did. This is one of the first windows where he addressed all the issues very early on. If you noticed, he got
Yeah,
all the players in really early. So clearly that was a new mentality with the manager and Levy. But
yeah.
if that's the case, then why not get a centre back in?
It's frustrating year after year because we see like Man City. I think we're all looking at our phone saying, "Oh, Ruben Diaz, we're linked to Ruben Diaz, Skriniar. If we get one of those in, we are going to be competing at the top of the table. This could be our year." And to be fair, even in 4 months ago, 5 months ago, we were top of the table, thinking I can't believe we thought this, but we had a defence of Eric Dyer and Alderweireld, Fatigue and Alderweireld, and we seriously thought we were going to win the league. And I was one of those fans.
Some fans did. I was telling them they were absolute bonkers, but
Okay, myself,
okay. Yeah.
Thinking there's a chance here. Every team's declining, and then it's just we've proved today that we need a defender like Ruben Diaz. We need a defender like Van Dijk. We need someone to come in and address the problem at the back, because Mourinho's system before, and I still think it is now, is counter-attacking play. We soak up the pressure that everyone puts on us, and then we play because we can afford to do that with the world-class players like Son, Bale, Kane. We hit them on the counter-attack like we were doing at the start of the season. But we don't have the defenders to do that. We can't afford to do it.
So would you say that the only issue here is the defence when you look at our team?
I would say the defence is the main problem that needs to be addressed. Don't get me wrong. I don't think the midfield as well. Like today, usually I'm a big fan of Ndombele and Højbjerg. But last couple of games they've not been great together. Or Lo Celso coming back from injury, and I think they could work together. But it's just not working. Harry Winks and Sissoko, I think you've got to agree with me tonight. That midfield, Sissoko, I before thought he brings energy to the team. He gets stuck in, but I believe he's the most unorthodox centre mid I've seen play. Like every time he gets the ball, I feel like he's going to lose it. I don't know if I'm the only.
He's probably the least. He's probably the least technical midfielder we might have ever had. I think.
Honestly, he had that amazing Euros, and that's why we thought, we great. And then he flattered to deceive in the Euros, and then he's come in first couple of years he tried to play out wide, and he moved to the centre where he did quite well on the Pochettino, but. I could be wrong here, but it was no coincidence when Sissoko started getting into that team and replaced the likes of Wanyama and Dyer in the midfield. That was our strongest partnership probably in the midfield when they were at their peak. And then Sissoko come in, and all of a sudden we started declining. And it's just, maybe I'm wrong there. Maybe I'm
Well, I actually think there was 6 months with Sissoko, maybe less, but there was 6 months where he was absolutely amazing. I think
he was good.
In the Champions League run, in that season, he was absolutely carrying the team. He was a tank. But then after that, he went back to being. He's kind of gone full circle again, I think.
No, I agree. He's a workhorse, and he'll always give 100%. And I can't fault him for that and I think he's a good squad player. But for Sissoko to be in the squad, starting 11 week in week out, he's not the player who's going to find the game-changing passes. He's not the player to unpick the defence, is he? Let's be honest.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. I mean, him and Winks were like Morecambe and Wise, weren't they today?
It was honestly so boring. And I think Hoddle or Genius said we need Sissoko and Winks to get on the ball and control the game. You're thinking they're not going to do that. Winks passes it sideways. Sissoko's always pointing backwards, saying back to the goal.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm just thinking, Jermaine, like, what are you talking about? I actually think he's a decent punter. But sometimes I'm like, how can you refer to Sissoko, Winks as the ball players who are going to pass the ball through the lines? They're not going to do that. They just want to get rid of it as soon as they find it.
They don't have a forward pass in them. I don't understand. So when they're in that position, like if you notice that first half, everything was just going backwards, wasn't it?
The problem is with the 2-0 lead, we're thinking, it's Dynamo Zagreb. We're going to come out with 3 points, whatever. The tie's done. I'm just getting ready for Sunday. But then. And Mourinho apparently in his half-time interview said it's not done. And the players are obviously, because we made that Champions League final, they're thinking, this is easy. We've got this under control. And they've come out in that second half, and then Orsic has just run through about 5 of them twice. And they've shown us like what passion and what energy and belief can do. And we don't have that anymore. We think we're bigger than we are. That's the problem.
Do you reckon there were 3 soft goals?
Yeah, maybe not 3 soft goals, because one of them, Orsic just scored from 25 yards out, put a curler in the top bins.
Mm.
Like, that was unreal.
Mm.
But then
Mm.
again, I was saying as well, Aurier in the middle of that play was diving to ground. Did he have to dive to ground, and he's giving away the ball there? Like, there's lots of it, but we're nitpicking here. He scored a fantastic goal. But even then, he scored a goal. Then you sit down, you keep the ball, you maintain possession, but we've done the completely opposite. We've brought on, I think, I also thought if we get the goal, obviously, that it's going to be too much for them. But I think we brought on Bergwijn and we brought on Ndombele. And then all of a sudden, all the defensive structure, which there was probably none there before, is gone. And we've invited the pressure for them to come attack us.
Mm. But don't you think you had to throw a little bit of caution to wind with the substitutions and go a little bit more positive on, with the decisions there, or not?
No, I agree. Of course, you want to get that next goal, because we should be an attacking team. But at the end of the day, we had the attacking quality on the pitch to get another goal anyway. So it was a shame, because Højbjerg was suspended, wasn't he, today? If someone like him could have come on and controlled the game and just settled everyone down with the leadership skills he possesses, we probably would have been all right. But then again, we're playing Dynamo Zagreb.
I know, we should have had enough to deal with that.
I don't want to understate our opponents, because they're in the Europa League for a reason. I don't think they conceded a goal in the group stage till the final seconds. But at the same time, you can't tell me a player like Harry Winks, who's played, had a masterclass at the Bernabeu, can't go to their Dynamo Zagreb's fortress and control the midfield. He's got to be. He's a Tottenham-grown boy. He should realise this is massive importance to us fans. This is the trophy we want this year. Let's settle down and let's control the game. And not once, he got ran through, and so did Sissoko on multiple occasions, and we let Orsic get the space to find the corners. And that's what's happened tonight.
Yeah. Well said, mate. Well said. Yeah, I mean, you're echoing all the frustration. Even you, the ultimate optimist, has been conquered tonight, and we're seeing a different birth.
I'm still doom and gloom, because obviously I'm a Tottenham fan forever. Yeah. I believe in my club. I think in the summer, let's hope Levy gets some money out, and we're going to start seeing some centre halves, and we're going to start seeing the better performances like we did at the Lane, and then hopefully. Maybe we're in a cup final, let's not forget. Who knows? On their day, Harry Kane, Bale masterclass, it could happen. So let's keep those fingers crossed. Who knows? If we put a run of form together, we could get top 4, and we could be sitting here with a trophy. And if someone told me at the start of the season we could have that, then I think I'd be stupid not to take it.
Oh, you old romantic, you. All right, Jack. All right, mate. We'll continue to have you back on, I'm sure. It's a nice way to end the post-match fan shows. leaves a little glimmer of optimism there. All right, matey. We'll speak to you soon, yeah? Take care, mate. See you later. Cheers.